Hey there riders, MotoJourno Chris here today, and we've had some exciting news out of KTM with the announcement of the 390 Adventure motorcycle for 2020. What's looking to be a hard-nosed dual sport type machine which may redefine the small capacity adventure touring segment. We've currently got options like the Versys X 300, BMW G310 GS, V-Strom 250, and then the more traditional dual sports with a more off-road orientated setup, with KTM perfectly positioned to offer a high-performance, small-capacity adventure machine thanks to their enormous off-road racing experience and a host of adventure machines. It's hard to say where the KTM Adventure 390 will sit price-wise, with the 390 Duke competitively priced and the bike sure to fall into the beginner market, including A2 in Europe and the LAM scheme here in Australia, making for an enormous potential rider pool, combined with arguably one of the most popular and strongest segments in the motorcycling world at this time. KTM have told us the 390 Adventure takes notes from the largest 790 Adventure model, with some parallels to their 450 Rally, but the heart of this machine will still be the single-cylinder power plant from the 390 Duke, offering 32 kilowatts of power alongside 37 Newton meters of torque in a quick revving and sporty package. With ride-by-wire, there's also going to be an electronic system pushing the bar in the segment, especially since so many of the existing options are offered at extremely competitive prices. If the 390 Adventure can offer the full TFT display, off-road ABS, motorcycle traction control and motorcycle stability control all in a similar price region, it'll be a cat amongst the pigeons. It's important to note KTM introduces this as a light off-road machine ideal for new riders and those into exploring and getting adventurous, alongside as a commuter, with a wet weight of 172 kilos fully fueled, a 14.5 litre fuel capacity and 170 millimeters of travel at each end, or 177 millimeters at the rear. A lightweight trellis frame is joined by WP Apex 43mm upside down forks that were developed for enduro with compression and rebound adjustability. This is joined by a WP Apex shock which will offer preload and rebound damping adjustability. A large 320mm front rotor is somewhat dwarfed by that 19-inch front wheel, clad in a 100/90 tyre with a 17-inch rear running a 130/80 tyre, with wheels being cast aluminium offerings, so we're not seeing that more hardcore spoked off-road wheel. Now in specs, KTM have the front brake listed as a single piston caliper, but noted elsewhere as a 4-piston biber caliper, as seen on the Duke 390. So I'd say it is the 4-piston option there, with a dual piston caliper listed alongside a 230mm rotor on the rear, although this does look a little bit like a single piston caliper from the pictures. ABS is provided by Bosch with a 2-channel 9.1 MP unit, which offers both cornering ABS and off-road mode according to the KTM release, which is pretty snazzy for this kind of bike. A compact windshield is also featured above that iconic KTM headlight and is adjustable, although riders may well be looking for a taller option if they are doing a lot of highway miles, while an 855mm seat height is on the tall side no matter how you look at it, with KTM noting a condensed and tapered design offers more contact with the foam, which hopefully just means that there's good comfort from that seat. Under the seat is the airbox and a storage compartment though, which is ideal for easy access. Other notable features include smartphone integration with KTM MY Ride on that TFT display, an impressive dry weight figure of 158 kilograms, what looks like a standard bash plate and handguards, as well as a reasonable pillion perch with handrail. A short aftermarket style exhaust also looks pretty cool, with grippy off-road style foot pegs included. Clearance under that front guard is very limited, however, so whether that's an area which gets modified by riders who go a little bit more adventurous is another thing. Ground clearance is also 200mm at each end, offering pretty generous amounts of ground clearance all things considered, while the wheelbase is listed at 1430mm with 15.5mm of adjustability there, alongside a trail of 98mm and a steering head angle of 63.5 degrees. The single-cylinder 4-stroke power plant is a 373cc engine with a bore and stroke of 89 by 60mm, running 12.6 to 1 compression. So as we know, this is the power plant from the 390 Duke. Naturally, it is electric start, features a 6-speed gearbox and a Bosch EFI and EMS system, with that ride-by-wire and 38mm throttle body. It's liquid cooled, as you know if you've looked into the other 390 models, and includes a PASC mechanical slipper clutch. Overall, the 390 Adventure looks awesome. A quick shifter is optional, but the motorcycle features a lot of premium features on what is traditionally a very basic segment of the market. The big question here will be what price they can offer this model at. There's no doubt there are riders out there willing to pay for a premium motorcycle, but with entry-level bikes it tends to be the broad appeal and accessibility that make for big sellers. And while adventure bikes seem to have bucked the trend of slowing sales in comparison to, say, sports bikes as technology and prices increase, it's hard to say whether that'll hold true with an entry-level machine. Either way, the KTM 390 Adventure is raising the bar. So it'll be interesting to see not only how the motorcycle fares in the market, but also how the competition responds. It's a win for riders either way, if you ask me. So what are your thoughts on the 390 Adventure? Do you like it or love it? Would you pick one up as your first bike, or would you consider downgrading to a small adventure bike like this? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think, and if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to sub and hit that notification bell. As always, stay safe out there and thanks for watching.